Hello folks, welcome back. In this video we're going to work on the header section, okay? That's obviously the top of the page here. We'll add a nice logo and, well, maybe not a nice logo, but we'll add a logo and a couple of other bits and pieces, okay? It should not be too difficult. So, to start things off, I'd like you to open up public bootstrap, okay? That's our view file there. And you'll remember that we have a vibe in here where we've got this class equals row that goes right along the top, okay? And if we were to give this a yellow background, by the way, you'd see that taking up the whole page, right? So in here, I'm just going to say echo out modules run templates, and then we'll do an underscore draw page top, okay? So that's the vibe. Thank you very much indeed. So now I'm going to open up the templates module and I'm going to start this function which is called draw page top. You can see it's a private one. We have this underscore here. So draw page top is going to go something like this. It's going to go, let me have a think here. I'm going to say this draw page, yeah, let's do this. Draw page top left, yeah, that's right. Draw page top left hand side. That'll do me actually. So we'll do that. Then we'll do draw page top mid, and then we'll do draw page top right hand side. So there's going to be 3 sections that make up this page top, okay? Now the left hand side is going to be pretty straightforward, so I'm just going to say this load view page top left hand side. So page top left hand side, the view file is going to live inside templates page top left hand side.php. Okay, and this is going to be where the logo lives, okay? Now, you may remember from a previous video, this gallery version thing. I'm just grabbing a little bit of code from here. This MD-1 thing, I cannot remember anything. So, but in any event, I'm going to paste this in, and we'll make this MD-4, and I'll add in a thing that says logo here, and I'm just going to type in CI shop, and that shall be the logo. Now obviously if this was a real shop, I'd have a nice image in, and I wouldn't just have text in, but that's going to do for the moment, okay? And if we open up this Jumbotron thing, I can add a class in called logo, and I'm just going to say color is white, font size is 2em. So if we refresh the page here, okay, now don't worry too much about that. We'll just take this out for the moment, and if we hit refresh, you'll see that we've got a nice logo here, okay? Now we can of course bring this down a bit, so maybe something like margin top 24, and I think that's just fine, okay? Now, let me give you a little golden nugget here, folks. Whenever you're doing a logo for a website, do not make the classic amateur mistake, which is to do a big giant logo, okay? This is amateur, it looks rubbish, and it's very uncool. The golden nugget is that you really want to make those logos small, okay? And I know that sounds kind of weird, but that's actually what big giant companies do, right? Small logos are the hallmark of a really professional website. For example, here's Amazon. Look at the logo, okay? It's small. Here's CNN. Look at the logo. It's very, very small, okay? And I just chose these 2 at random. I could have picked dozens of them, but that is the takeaway. You've just got to keep those logos small, okay? Now, this logo of ours is going to go back to the home page when people click on it. So we'll do something like that. and when they click on it, it's going to go to the base URL. Okay, so that's changed the logo, and that's a bit of a shame, but don't worry, a little bit of extra styling and we'll be just fine. I'm going to borrow some code from a website of mine because I cannot remember the CSS, quite frankly, but I think I've got it now, and it goes something like this. If we change this vibe to say logo, and if we change this text decoration to say none, that should give us nice white links, and those links should not have any underline going on, you know. So let's just check this out. Okay, that's good. And if we click into something, let's just see something like Fender guitars and then go back, you'll see that this takes us back to the home page. Right, that's excellent. Well done. Now, if we go back to templates here, I'm going to now work on this draw page top mid. Okay, so let's uncomment that. And here we go. And we'll do the function around about here, draw page top mid. And the way that this is going to work is something like this. I'm going to say this load module site security, and then I'm going to say shopper ID is this, site security get user ID, and then I'm going to say if is numeric shopper ID. Okay, if it's numeric and the shopper ID is greater than 0, then we're going to say that the view file equals something like page top mid in, okay, because user is logged in. Otherwise, I'll bring this up a bit. Otherwise, the view file is going to be page top mid out. Okay, user is not logged in. So with that being the case, we can then just say this load view file, and there we have it. So all we need to do now is make these two view files. Okay, so here we go, heading into the templates folder, and the first one is page top mid in.php. The next one is going to be page top mid out.php, right, for people who are not logged in, right? There we go, pretty simple. And again, just like the left hand side thing, I'm going to go with one of those MD4 vibes. Okay, so if we just work on the page top mid out thing here, I'll take this logo out for the moment, and I'll do something like let me just see, something like top mid. That'll do us. And if they are logged out, then I'm gonna say in here, let me just see, we'll do something like anchor, and it's going to be your account /start, and then that's going to be create an account. Okay, so that's going to be something like that. Then we'll do a little divider, and then we'll do another link. And remember, this is if they are logged out. Okay, so this one is going to say log in to your account. Okay, so we've got two links in this one, and if we refresh, you'll see those two links here. So a little bit of CSS action and we should be good. Okay, so let me just jump in here, and I'll make this kind of similar to the logo thing. Okay, now what's the name of it again? let me just remind myself. It's top underscore mid, okay, top underscore mid. So that's going to go like that. Now we do not need to mess with the font size, okay, but I'll bring the margin down a bit. I'll try 70, well, try 74, see how that works. And I'm also going to do some formatting on the links. So for top mid, here we go. I'm just going to change this here, top underscore mid. I'm going to do text decoration, underline, right? And then I'm going to say margin left 12 pixels, margin right 12 pixels. Okay, so that should be quite good. I'm going to save that and press refresh. And that's not too bad. I think maybe it's a wee bit too low. I'll go back to 70. Yep, actually even that's too low. Try 64. Okay, that's quite good. Okay, so they can create an account or they can log in. That is excellent. Oh, hang on a second. I think I've got the wrong address there. Top mid out. Sorry, that would be login. Okay, here we go again. So log into your account, and actually let's just do this. Rambo Pass, here we go. Logging in, excellent. Now this top mid in thing is going to be remarkably similar to the out thing. The only difference is it's going to be sign out of your account, or sign out. Do anything you want, actually. I'm just making this up as I go along here, to be honest. But I'm going to save that, hit refresh. I'll just change that to sign out. Okay, so something like that. And if they sign out, oh, hang on. Haha. It helps if you go to the right thing. I think the URL's log out from memory. Let me just try that. There we go. Right, okay, so that's kind of quite cool, I think. That will do with that. And if we go back now to the thing that we're doing here, draw page top, right? The next part is draw page top right hand side, okay? Now we'll chuck that down here. Draw page top right hand side. In order for this to work, we're going to say this load module cart, and also this load module site settings. Okay. Now let me just, right, I've just thought of something there. I hope you'll forgive me for this, but do you see how we've got this shopper ID? This is going to be used both on the mid thing and on the right hand side. So I'm going to take this out here. I am just making this up as I go along. I hope you'll forgive me. But I'm going to chuck this right up here, actually. So when we're drawing the mid thing, I'm passing in the shopper ID, and there we go. Okay, and when we're doing the right hand side, I'm also going to pass in the shopper ID, okay, because we're going to need that. Right, that's pretty good. Now, if you'll allow me to just check something in Store Basket, just give me a second here. There's something I just wanted to check, and that's it. You know, I think they've changed how sessions work with CI3, and I cannot remember some of this. So that's what I was looking for, right? Customer session ID is this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to just set up one or two more variables. I'll say table equals store basket. And then I'm going to say add shipping equals false, right? I do not want shipping added to this. And what I think I'm going to do is add these onto a data variable. So I'll say something like cart data. Okay, so cart data, customer session ID is that, table is that, add shipping is that. Okay, so the point of all of that stuff was I'm going to say cart total is this cart, and then underscore calc cart total. Okay, and we're going to pass in this thing called cart data. Okay, so let me just have a quick think. I've just remembered we also need the shopper ID as well. Okay, so we'll add that in. Cart data shopper ID equals shopper ID. Okay, that is excellent. So we're now going to open up the cart module here, and right along the top we're going to build calc cart total. Okay, and it takes in that cart data thing. Now, just so that we have a little reminder and nothing more, you know, nothing more, I'm just going to chuck that in as a little visual guide, and I'm going to clarify the variables. Okay, it's just something that I like to do. Cart data shopper ID is cart data shopper ID, customer session ID is cart data customer session ID, then we've got table is cart data table, and then we've got add shipping is cart data add shipping. Okay, so we've clarified the variables. Okay, we don't need this anymore. And on this cart module, you may remember that we had a thing on here that was called fetch cart contents. Can you see that here? Okay, fetch cart contents, and I'm going to copy that and I'm going to chuck it up here. Now it returns a query object, so if we do something like that, okay, so fetch cart contents, passing in the customer session ID, the shopper ID, and the table. Okay, that's going to be very cool indeed. Now there's a file that's inside, I think it's inside the cart module, and it's called cart contents public. Okay, and I don't know if you remember this, but if we look at these lines here, these 5 lines, they're going to be very handy because we can copy those and then paste them in like so. Okay, and I'm just going to space back. Whoops. Okay, it's all a bit weird, this spacing of mine here. Jeez, I'm so sorry. What on earth am I doing here? Right. Right. Sorry, folks. This is me having a stupid moment here. Okay. Right. So there we go, right? And I'm going to loop through these results like this. Okay. And we do not need this one here with the description, so I'll take that out. And that's not too bad. Now remember, we've got a variable called add shipping, okay? And add shipping can be true or false. So I'm going to say if add shipping is true, then I'm going to say this load module shipping. I'll move this up a bit. And then I'm just going to say shipping is this, shipping get shipping. Okay, otherwise the shipping is going to equal 0. And then right at the bottom here, I'm going to say grand total equals grand total plus shipping. And that's pretty much it. We can now just return the grand total. Okay, so I'll shrink the font down so you can see this here. Here it's here. calculating the cart total. Okay, it's taking in 4 variables. It's fetching the cart contents, looping through, building up a grand total, and then adding on shipping. Now please remember that in a real shop you may have other variables that you have to think about, such as tax or discounts or promo codes. Who knows, you know? But this is just a basic example, and I'm just making this up as I go along here, okay? So anyway, calc cart total, that's where the action is. So if we go back to this thing here, we've got a thing, cart total is this, calc cart total. I'll make the font bigger for you here, and I'm going to say if the cart total is greater than 0.01, okay, 0.01, then what I'll say is currency symbol is this, site settings, get currency symbol. Okay, now you could actually chuck that in here if you want, but I kind of like loading things up at the top here, so I think I'll stick with that. And if we have a cart total that's greater than, let me do this the other way around. If the cart total is less than that, okay, this is an empty cart, so I'm going to make a variable up called cart info, and I'll say something like your basket is empty, something like that. Otherwise, cart info is this currency symbol thing, and I'm going to say cart info equals, and we'll say something like basket total, and then we'll just say currency symbol and cart total. Actually, cart total desk. Now what on earth is cart total desk? Well, it's going to be number format cart total to 2 decimal places. So remember that number format gives us those nice commas and spacing and all that. It's a very, very cool vibe. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to say cart total desk equals string replace, and if we have 0.00, let's get rid of that. Okay, cart total desk. So that's quite good. And now this is the page top right hand side. Okay, so now I'm going to say data cart info equals cart info, this load view, and what's it called again? Page top right hand side. That's what we'll go with. Page top RHS, passing in data, and here we go with the view file. So it's going to be, okay, here we go, page top RHS, saving it. Okay, saving again. Okay, now if we go to page top mid, I'm going to just copy this and chuck that in again, and I'm going to echo out the cart info. Okay, so if we save, hit refresh, you can see that it says your basket is empty. Now we've got this thing top mid. I'm going to do top RHS, and I'm going to head over to this style sheet here. Where on earth is it? Here we are. And the vibe is we're going to have one that's called top RHS, and it's going to be very similar except for just a few things. The margin top here is going to be 12 pixels, and then I'm going to say text align right. Okay, so if we save that and hit refresh, you'll see that it's chucking this information over the top right hand side, And that's okay, that's exactly what I was looking for, okay? Now, the last touch that I'm going to make to this page is I'm going to add a nice button here. So something that looks like this, okay? Like this add to basket. So let me just copy the page source here because I cannot remember anything, to be entirely honest. So page top right hand side, right, excellent. So we're going to have the cart info, then we'll have a new line, okay? And then let me just simplify this. We're going to have this button here. So the type is button. There's this span thing going on. Now the theme, let's make it default, okay? And that's not too bad. That's not too bad. And the text is going to say view your basket. And this button here is going to link to base URL, cart, okay? That's where the action is, folks. That is where the action is. So if we do that, save it and hit refresh, you'll see that we've got a nice button here. Now I'm going to bring it down a little bit, I think. Style equals margin top 12 pixels. So if we do that, that's not too bad, okay? You can click here and it takes you to the basket page. That's excellent. We can log into our account. And that's pretty good. I'm going to add an item onto the basket here if that's cool. Let me just do that. So something like that. Quantity is 2. And if you look up the top here, you can see that it's added the basket total in, which is nice. And that really is fantastic. Okay, so that'll do us. Now folks, have a look at the screen here. Look at what it says. Let me go back to that slide here. It says Statocaster, you know, and there's typos and things like that all over this website. Obviously, it should say Stratocaster, right? And there's other things like, for example, when you log into the account, look at the font here. It's grey. Obviously, that would need improved as well. So the point is that I apologize for typos and little things like that, you know. Even actually things like this, doing styling on the HTML is kind of uncool. On a real online shop, all of the styling, I mean all of it, should be done on an external style sheet. That helps with search engine optimization. So just be aware that there are little things like that. I am rushing through this, and you know, unfortunately time is kind of limited. Finally, somebody said on YouTube, why don't you do a search box, you know? And that's a really good idea. So the idea, I think, to be honest, a search box right along the top here would be fantastic. So they could search for Telecaster or something, or Jimi Hendrix, and it would come up. That would be really cool. I think it's a good suggestion. However, I'm not going to do that, because if you've followed the videos to this stage, you should be able to figure out that kind of thing on your own. I don't think you need any help from me. So with your permission, I'll finish the video there, and we will march onwards and upwards.